Of course, I've made legal history 2 times before this incident. First person ever to go to jail when he's happily married, his kids aren't abused, for contacting an insulting nature. And the first person ever where a prosecutor tries to send a person to jail for 6 months, and then when CPS wants to do a follow-up, the prosecutors say no. First person in United States history, and I will challenge you watching this to prove me wrong. First person ever, 2 times. But once again, I would make legal history for the 3rd time. April 2011, mid-April, a search and seizure warrant is issued on me. It involves 10 state police. They come to my work. They come to my home. First time in the history of America, once again, old Troy boy, big Joe Biden fan, makes legal history. You know what they found? Exactly what they were looking for. According to the search warrant, search and seizure warrant, they found exactly what they were looking for. Were charges ever pressed? Nope. As many people as my house is what you find at a freaking murder investigation, a meth lab, kidnapping, some guy wanting to blow up a building. They were at my house in my dealership where I work. And not that I would necessarily agree with what they found, because I don't think the harassment was of an intentional nature, but technically you could say, yeah, they got me. They found exactly what the search warrant said. Heck, they even took it to the big boys in Huntington. The big boy in Huntington, April 2011, he came and he unscrewed the stuff, and they took it to Huntington. And guess what? You all found it. You all found exactly what you were looking for on that search and arrest warrant. But you know what? You never pressed charges. 3rd time I made legal history in the United States of America. But you know, I was feeling a little bit guilty. I was feeling a little bit guilty. 4 months later, y'all pulled that little son again, not as huge. You didn't unscrew the computers. You had maybe 4 state police. You took my computers. But in the meantime, you found a beer bottle. I was placed in handcuffs in front of my 4 children who were elementary age children for a beer bottle. Putnam County, West Virginia. You gotta love it. This was the day before family vacation to Florida. Even the school teachers where my kids go to school, they'll verify it, because my kids didn't make the, like, school started on Thursday, Friday, my kids weren't there. And I was in jail. I was in jail, put in handcuffs in front of my kids for an empty 2-month-old beer bottle with a receipt. Guess what? Guilty as charged. Yeah, I might drink a beer every once in a while. You got me. But once again, your all's cute little search and arrest warrant, or search and seizure warrant, no charges were filed. Pathetic people. But you know, sometimes when you're a hardcore criminal like me, has a good job, a huge home, bigger than any of the cops' houses that were, you know, going through my shit, happy kids, not at risk kids, kids that have it much better than most. When you're a father like me, sometimes you gotta say, you know, when I commit something that's so terrible, maybe it's time you turn yourself in. And that's what I decided to do last week. I said, you know what? I'm going to come clean. Because if I'd have got caught for what I did June of 2011, I'd have gone to jail for that particular reason. So I called the cops. Are you gonna have a problem with me for that? Hey, I did it. I couldn't leave the state because I guess I'm an at-risk guy. Because I might never come back. I might just leave my family forever. Putnam County, you people are so awesome. You know, Matt Kemp at the Grand Slam, the Dodgers won an extra inning, so I went to Cincinnati. I went to Cincinnati when I was not allowed to leave the state because of the impending investigation. And here's the recording where I tried to turn myself in. I mean, oh, you're taunting the police. No, I'm not taunting the police. I just decided to confess. I confessed. I confessed. And as you will hear in this video, I would get hung up on. I tried to confess and turn myself in for what I did because I am pure fucking evil. You're looking at the eyes of evil. Putnam County, you gotta love this county. It's awesome.
Putnam County.
Is this the police department?
Mr. Putnam County 911 Center, we take all the calls for him.
I've been living in guilt for a long time.
Okay.
I did something 13 months ago that would have landed me in jail, but I never got caught. And I want to turn myself in.
Okay. I'm going to take your name and number and have an officer give you a call. Okay, what's your name?
Maybe I shouldn't have made this phone call. I shouldn't have done it. On June the 5th, I did something I shouldn't have done.
Okay.
Of 2011.
Okay.
Well, just never mind. I shouldn't have made this phone call. Okay?
Okay. Putnam County.
I think I might have been just talking to you. Are you familiar with my voice?
Yes, sir.
My wife has said that it's probably best I just come clean with what I did 13 months ago.
Okay.
And I guess if you want to have somebody call me back, that's okay. Do you want my information?
Yes, sir. Please give me your name.
Are they going to call me back or are they going to just show up?
Yeah, they'll call you back.
I mean, what I did was so bad.
Okay.
If I'd have got caught, I'd have been thrown in jail, but I never got caught for it.
Right. Well, if you want to talk about it now, just give me your name and number, and I'll have one of the deputies give you a call.
My name's Troy Sexton. I live.
Okay. What's your telephone number?
I have a Hurricane address. It's 304-757-5543. Are they going to call me, or are they just going to show up?
No, they'll call you back.
I don't want to be arrested in front of my children when I confess to what I did on June the 5th, 2011, which would have landed me in jail, okay?
What's the last four of your phone number?
5543.
5543, okay.
I'd rather them call me and I'll turn myself in.
Right, yeah, they got to call you first because they got to know what you're talking about. So
because listen, if they'd have found out what I did, I would have gone. Hello?
Yes, may I speak with Troy Sexton, please?
That would be me.
Sir, my name is William. I'm with the Sheriff's Department in Putnam County. I have a message to call you.
I'd like to turn myself in for something I did 13 months ago that would have landed me in jail, but I never got caught.
And what would that be?
A part of me says, I shouldn't confess to the heinous crime I committed, but you're telling me I should.
Okay, well, let me go ahead and tell you this then. Since you're unsure about that, I'm not going to be able to discuss this anymore with you until you seek advice from legal counsel.
But
which I would advise you doing since you're unsure of what you're wanting to do in this situation.
Well, here's what I did. I'll tell you what I did.
No, sir. I cannot continue this conversation with you.
I will tell you what I did. I will tell you what I did. Are you ready?
No, sir. I've already advised you that you need to seek advice from legal counsel.
I'm ready to confess to what I did on June 5th, 2011.
Okay, if you want to do that, Mr. Sexton, you need to meet somewhere in person, and you have a form that you will go over with you called a waiver of...
What I did on June 5th, what I did on June 5th, 2011 would have landed me in jail.
Your Miranda rights will take a confession from you there by way of tape and video, but unless you want to meet in person somewhere, I'm not taking a confession from you over the phone, sir.
I did it. I went to Cincinnati when I wasn't allowed to leave the state. I did it. I did it. They told me you can't leave the state because you're on probation, and I did it. I left the state and I went to Cincinnati to see the Dodgers. Jesus, Lord, forgive me. Should I turn myself in at the jailhouse, or where should I turn myself in at?